And a group of local students building a lot more than just teamwork. They have a really cool robot they're going to show us at 6:23. If the kids are headed out to the bus stop right now, still ahead, we're going to take you high tech this morning.
Yeah, we're not going high-tech, you know that. But these fellas, they are going high-tech. They're the Irondale robotics team. They've come in early this morning to show us something very cool. They've got a robot. You're going to want to stick around to see this. Give them a wave, fellas. We're right back after this. Sir, 6:23 is the time. Last month, during our academic all-star segment, I introduced you to an Irondale senior, who happens to be standing right behind me, who was directly responsible for the creation of that school's robotics team. Well, that team just competed at the regional competition in Milwaukee, and they've been kind enough to join us this morning to tell us how they did and to show off their robotic skills. And Robert Kronschnabel is the director of this team and a teacher at Irondale High School. Welcome.
Good morning.
And you guys just had a regional competition in Milwaukee, your very first. And,
yes.
and let's backstep a little bit, because Jeff Lewis, our academic all-star, Jeff's right behind me. And you told me that Jeff wanted to do something, talked about a creation of a different team, and actually came up with the concept for this robotics team.
Yeah, he looked around and looked for something that would be a lot of fun to get in and get our hands on things. And first, for inspiration and recognition of science and technology as an organization that provided really the framework for everything we needed. There was significant money needed, but the framework for what was going to be required and give us a goal was all provided by them.
Let's talk about that very quickly, Jeff. You had to go to some people. We're talking, what, $16,000 was necessary for the creation of the team?
Right. Well, about $6,000. Yeah.
About $6?
Yeah.
Oh, and then you went out looking for $6, and you hit up a couple heavy hitters who gave you even more than that.
Right, right. We had to take care of travel and other building costs as well.
Then your two primary sponsors were?
Medtronic and NASA.
That's pretty impressive. I mean, I still think of that. Medtronic and NASA, their labels are on the robot. Let's show them the robot, and as we do, let's talk about what the regional competition in Milwaukee was really all about.
Okay, well, there was a rack that Al's holding a mock-up of that rack, and you guys want to go ahead and get started? Try to grab some of the inner tubes there. The goal was to try to place as many inner tubes on a rack that was circular, and if you get one inner tube per going around, it was multiplied by 2. So let's say you get a string of 4 or 5, it would be 2 to the 4th power would be the total points.
Okay.
So kind of like your old Connect 4, only in 3 dimension. So as you can see, the robot was able to place on lower level and mid level. There was a 3rd level as well, and we just had to make a decision, what can we be good at? And we didn't think with the time constraint that we'd be necessarily able to get everything done in time for the competition and place up high. You can see it's a robot. It doesn't quite have a mind of its own, but sometimes we wonder.
Hey, Jeff, you guys just finished that competition. How did you place, and how do you feel about your team's performance?
We finished 12th out of 52 after the qualifying rounds, and we were eliminated in the quarterfinals. So we did all right for a rookie team.
For a rookie team. And the program will live on after you graduate from Irondale?
Right.
Okay, do me a quick favor. This is their spring break. Could you introduce your other team members, and can we get a wider shot and pan across? Who immediately is to your left?
This is Pete Ocker. He's our main driver. There's Nate Smeal. He's our engineer from Medtronic. And there's Al. He's one of our pit crew members.
Al, I don't mean to slight you at all, but I think I could do that job over there. The rest of it, I think, is beyond me, but Al, I think that part I could do. Robert Kronschnabel and the Irondale team. I also want to mention, Kim, as we send it back to you, or I'm not going to send it to break, but this is their spring break, and all these kids got up early to come in their spring break. So, gentlemen, my hat's off to you for your competition skills and for your ability to get out of bed this early on a spring break morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, up next on KARE 11 Sunrise this morning, in case you missed him, Jonathan's coming back with your spring temperatures plus an update on the Metro roads.